up on WTOL 11. Toledo Public Schools is shutting down most of its Head Start programs starting tomorrow. Why federal delays are forcing the move. Plus, the search for a missing UTMC doctor is intensifying as it nears a full week. His family's determination and the latest on the search. And high-stakes diplomacy. Marco Rubio meets Ukrainian negotiators as a controversial peace plan moves forward. And new tensions flare over Venezuela, drawing bipartisan concern. Well, welcome into WTOL 11 News here on Plus. I'm Michael Sandlin. Thank you so much for joining us on your Sunday evening. We'll get to all those stories and more in just a moment, but first, keep the snow shovel handy because the WTOL 11 weather team is tracking another storm system. Meteorologist John Birchfield joins us. John, what's the latest timing on this next storm?
Yep, Michael, we've got more snow moving in Monday night, and that snow shovel may be needed out the door Tuesday morning. Now, timing is going to be key with this one due to the overnight timing. Morning road conditions may be slippery starting off your Tuesday morning. It's not going to be a ton of snow, but due to the overnight timing, there could be some impacts. Doppler radar much quieter than it was at this point yesterday. Some lake effect snow bands coming in across northern and northwest Indiana, where there are still some ongoing winter storm warnings up towards South Bend and winter weather advisories in Kalamazoo. No local weather alerts, although there could be a few slippery spots with refreezing on untreated surfaces tomorrow morning. This winter storm system has moved off towards New England, producing rain from New York to Boston and snow up in Maine. So looking at your Monday, there could be a few slippery spots with a very cold morning, increase in clouds expected. Winds are going to be considerably calmer, down to 0 to 5 miles an hour after a blustery feel today. Now let's look at the next 4 days. That AM alert day that we've issued for Tuesday morning could feature slick morning conditions, so plan on some travel delays that'll be possible. The middle of the week, just downright chilly, especially Thursday as another cold front moves through and drops those temperatures back into the 20s. A dry start to the day, but by Monday evening there are going to be some snow showers moving in from the west-southwest. By about midnight, there is going to be some steady pockets of snow south of Toledo, and snow is going to be winding down and moving east by daybreak Tuesday. I'm going to break down the latest snowfall forecast map coming up in just a few minutes. Michael.
All right, John, we'll see you then. Toledo Public Schools is proceeding with its plan to temporarily close a majority of its Head Start and Early Head Start programs. The move will begin tomorrow on December 1st. It's due to continued delays in receiving its award notification for the upcoming federal funding cycle. The program provides breakfast and lunch to students every day, as well as periodic medical and dental visits. District officials continue to lobby federal delegates and government agencies to expedite the release of the grant notification, but recent disorganization of federal agencies is making it very difficult. Now, this will directly impact over 1,000 TPS families and 100 employees. Now, we here at WTOL 11 and the district will continue to provide updates as soon as new information is received. The search for a missing 71-year-old doctor is intensifying tonight. Dr. Cletus Awagu was last seen in Holland around 2:15 Tuesday morning. Today, loved ones fanned out across the Stone Oak community, focusing in the area where he was last spotted. Dominique O'Neill spoke with the family just before the search began. Dominique, what did they tell you?
Michael, family members are asking for people to please keep your eyes open. If you see anything or hear anything, to please reach out to the family on Facebook, telling me they want their father to return home safely. The Lucas County Sheriff's Office has been working alongside Toledo's and Springfield Township's fire departments, focusing on searches in the Stone Oak neighborhood, nearby bodies of water and wooded areas, using drones, sonar, and cadaver dogs as recently as Friday. And Toledo Fire did a sonar sweep of the ponds in and around Stone Oak, but the doctor still has not turned up. So today, family and friends went out again on their own, looking for Dr. Iwagu on foot.
He's taken care of a whole village his entire life, so to have a village show up for him just means the world to us. So we thank everyone from the bottom of our hearts.
And neighbors have been asked to check their Ring cameras to see if they captured anything. Authorities at this time, police suspect no foul play. If anyone has information on or sightings of him, they are asked to call the Lucas County Sheriff's Office at 419-213-4900. Reporting in the studio, Dominique O'Neill, WTOL 11.
All right, thank you, Dom. We hope the doctor is found soon. 4 people are dead and 15 are injured after a deadly mass shooting in California. And tonight, the suspect remains on the loose. Police were called to a children's birthday party at a banquet hall in Stockton, just under 50 miles south of Sacramento. The victims include both kids and adults. Police believe the shooting was a targeted incident.
Today it is confirmed that we have 15 victims, 4 of those which are unfortunately deceased. Ages for those deceased victims is 8, 9, 14, and 21 years old.
Right now, the Sheriff's Department's investigative team is pursuing all possibilities. Right now, they're unsure how many suspects are involved. Today marks a somber anniversary. It's now been 4 years since the Oxford High School shooting in Michigan that killed 4 students. 6 other students and 1 teacher were hurt as well. The shooter, Ethan Crumbly, was also a student at the school. He pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including murder and terrorism. In December of 2023, he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Last year, his parents were also sentenced to at least 10 years in prison, after each being found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in separate trials. That marked the first time in U.S. history that parents were held responsible for the roles in a school shooting their child carried out. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met Ukrainian negotiators in Florida as the U.S. pushes a new peace plan, one critics say leans toward Russia. And as envoy Steve Witkoff heads to Moscow, President Trump escalates tensions over Venezuela, prompting bipartisan concern in Congress. Taurine Small has the latest.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Ukrainian negotiators in Florida on Sunday in a push for peace aimed at ending the war sparked by Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
We want to see the end of the killing and the death and the suffering, and I'm sure the Ukrainian side, I know they do as well, they want peace. But it's also about securing an end to the war that leaves Ukraine sovereign and independent.
Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law, also represented the U.S. during Sunday's talks. They're expected to travel to Moscow on Monday. Also, over the weekend, President Trump escalated threats of military force against Venezuela, declaring on social media that the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela should be considered closed. While the U.S. can't unilaterally close another country's airspace, the Federal Aviation Administration has been warning airlines for weeks to avoid the area due to increased military activity. When faced the nation, lawmakers from both parties expressed concern over possible U.S. military intervention in Venezuela, as well as U.S. strikes on vessels that officials accuse of smuggling drugs, often without evidence, killing dozens of people.
I will move with colleagues Senator Schumer, Senator Paul, Senator Schiff immediately should there be military action.
There is a buildup that the president has not explained in a way that relates solely to the actions that are currently going down in the Caribbean. It is certainly a significant concern in Congress.
The president has said future attacks on Venezuela would not be limited to boats. Taurine Small, CBS News, Washington.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has asked the president for a pardon during his ongoing corruption trial. The Prime Minister's office on Sunday confirmed that Netanyahu submitted the request to the legal department of the Office of the President. Netanyahu is the only sitting prime minister in Israeli history to stand trial, facing charges of fraud, breach of trust, and accepting bribes. The request follows President Trump's recent urging for Israel to pardon Netanyahu. He has not yet been convicted. Millions of SNAP food benefit recipients may soon have to meet new work rules to keep their benefits. The Republican-backed Big Beautiful Bill now requires at least 80 hours of activity each month for a much wider group of people. A Congressional Budget Office report says that will mean 2.4 million fewer people getting benefits on average each month. States are reporting confusion, rushed timelines, and technology systems not ready to implement the change. As a result, some residents could lose food aid as soon as January. State officials warn the full impact will unfold as recipients hit their next recertification deadline. A group of firefighters and other community volunteers spent Sunday morning building bikes for foster kids. For the 7th year in a row, the Jerusalem Township firefighters joined with the Lucas County Children's Services and other volunteers to build bikes for the organization's Gift of Joy holiday drive. LCCS raised over $4,000 to buy 48 bikes ranging from tricycles to adult bikes for teens.
Our job is to give a kid as normal a childhood as we can despite the circumstances that they're in. Once you see this room filled up with volunteers, the magic of the season starts to overtake you. and you just can't fathom the generosity of our community.
The bikes were delivered to the Lucas County Children's Services building this afternoon. The bike build is the kickoff to the Gift of Joy toy drive this week, with a toy room opening tomorrow. And if you find yourself in the giving spirit this holiday season, you can find angel trees at the Franklin Park Mall. Lucas County Children's Services is behind the initiative to make sure every child and teen has a gift to open on Christmas. All you have to do is grab a tag from one of the trees and return the brand new gift to the donation box in the food court.
The community has been very generous. We're replacing tags every day. We are here to help make the holidays joyful for those in our community who need it, and it's just one of my favorite things that we do during the entire holiday season.
The mall expects to provide over 400 gifts thanks to the angel trees. The last day to drop off gifts in the food court is December 18th. And finally, don't forget, you can send a message to the entire country that the best zoo lights are right here in Northwest Ohio. You have until tomorrow to vote Toledo Zoo's Lights Before Christmas as the best zoo lights in the country in USA Today's 10 Best. You can vote once per day per device until tomorrow, December 1st. Now we have a link to vote online posted at WTOL.com. Let's get things over to John with a full look at our forecast.
Our next winter storm system is going to be moving in Monday night. After a brief pause on the wintry weather conditions, we have another alert day that's in effect for Tuesday morning. In terms of how much snow, it's not going to be anything to write home about. It's really the timing that's key with this one. We're expecting another 1 to 2 inches for the Toledo Metro, with more possible south of the Maumee River. And travel Tuesday could be dicey and slick for the morning commute. Here's a look at Doppler radar that is quiet for us here at home. Back towards northern Indiana, there are a few streaming snow showers coming in off of Lake Michigan. Temperatures are dropping quickly down to the 20s, and overnight lows are going to plunge to the mid-teens. So that drop in temps is going to allow a few areas of refreezing and slippery spots. No active weather alerts, but back towards South Bend and Kalamazoo, there are active winter storm warnings that are in effect. The system that brought us snow yesterday is now over Ontario, and it's producing rain across the Atlantic seaboard, snow up towards Maine, snow in upstate New York, and coming in off the Great Lakes, also some snow showers that are ongoing. Tomorrow's forecast, a very cold morning in the teens. Keep in mind, a few areas of black ice possible. Afternoon highs around 30 degrees. Winds are going to be considerably calmer after how blustery it was today. So let's time out our next winter storm system. Those lake effect snow showers coming to an end. The sky may clear out a little bit tonight. However, by the afternoon and evening, we're going to be tracking that next storm. It's really after sunset that our best chance for snow showers is going to roll on through. And timing is going to be key because the snow is going to be occurring overnight, and snow sticks a little more readily when it happens at nighttime. Through about 10 p.m. to midnight, late evening plans could be disrupted, and overnight through daybreak, steady snow possible, especially south and east of Toledo, and that is where the steadiest snow is going to be ongoing. So by Tuesday morning, the snow is going to be done, but you may have to shovel out another couple of inches of accumulation. In terms of how much snow to expect, there is the chance for isolated 2 to 4 inch amounts south and east of the river, including areas like Tiffin and Findlay. And for the Toledo Metro and Northwest, amounts are going to be about 1 to 2 inches. And if you live in southern Michigan, could barely scrape by with just a dusting of snow, but you may still need the scraper and shovel starting off the day. Temperature wise, we are going to drop down to the teens tonight. South and east, it is going to be a little bit less frigid, and west of town, there is the chance that we briefly see single-digit temperature readings. That could cause a few slippery spots into your Monday morning. Snow is going to be moving in late Monday evening. Slippery conditions possible Tuesday, and that's why we've issued that weather impact alert day for the first half of the day. December is going to start off cold overall with a very frigid weather pattern. Looking at the next couple of days, highs are only going to be around 30 degrees. That morning alert for your Tuesday and Thursday is going to be turning very cold. A stronger December cold front bringing those highs down to the mid-20s. Overall, the first couple weeks of December trending below average in the temperature department, and you'll see those frigid temperatures, including Friday morning with a low of 7, which could be our coldest of the season so far. Into next weekend, there's going to be another chance of snow showers both Friday and Sunday. Still some uncertainty with those storm tracks, but keep in mind, Tuesday morning could be a little slow going. We'll have more updates on that alert day in your weather forecast coming up tonight.